The views expressed by our guests in the following video are solely the opinions of our guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and or opinions of the Ola 7 podcast show. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to the Spotlight with Yvonne Mangunda, and as usual we bring you sporting personalities to talk about their journey, where they've been, where they are and where they see themselves in the future. Today's no different, but before I even get into my guest, it's been such a hectic week. I think if you're a football fan, you know what happened with the Warriors against Lesotho in Polokwane, the high of the Durban draw, all the stuff happening around the qualification for the World Cup. Then there's all the issues to do with the slap. Then there is issues in the Zimbabwe Women Premier Soccer League involving Maningi Queens. It's been such a hectic week. But we'll discuss that obviously on my Facebook page, Yvonne Mangunda. We always like to discuss what is happening in the streets. But on the show today, I decided, we've just been having football. Let's look for another sport. And I thought, cricket, rugby, nah. I landed on bodybuilding. Hi, guys.
Hi, Yvonne.
How are you?
Good, thanks.
Look very... I look at you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm letting myself go.
Lucky me.
Today I'm feeling all the fat in my body. I look at you and I'm like, there's fat. How are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
Please introduce yourself and where you're coming from.
Patson, my name. Chatezuka, fitness and conditioning coach, and also Harare Classic Bodybuilding and Fitness Association, public relations.
And ma'am?
Chisley Dube, Harare Classic Building Association Secretary General. So, Butanga on everything to do with the Harare Classic. Patson, I'll start with you. Like bodybuilding, like how did it start? How do you get to be a bodybuilder? Is it something that, because a football player can say, I like hitting the ball when I was very young. I took a bat when I was very young. For you, when did this journey start?
Okay. I grew up in the city of gold, that is Kadoma. By that time, it was called the city of white gold because of cotton.
Okay.
So as we were growing up, some youngsters or some old guys would go to the backyard gym, start lifting iron, and you could also do the same, doing that. And by then, we were watching movies, and I was inspired by Arnold Schwarzenegger's muscular physique, so it started there. When I migrated from Kadoma to Harare, I was attested into the Zimbabwe Republic Police as a policeman. Then there is a group of sports. So I just landed, that's where my passion is. So I could go for training, hit the gym, go for training, hit the gym. Then,
but we call it Guzumza Masimbi. Is it an addiction? Is there some sort of addiction that comes with, you were talking about when you used to see one lifting weights back in Kadoma. It almost seems like people that partake in that, they can't live without it. Like you can't go a day without being in the gym. Is there an addiction part to
that? Sort of, you can say an addiction, but it is medicine. If you do that, you feel good. Then the part of competing, it at a later advanced stage. But the first thing, I'm doing some physical activity and my body looks good. Then the result will say, look, the chest, the biceps, things like that.
So what's the high? Like for you, like when you started and you're starting to do the weights and then the muscles are starting, what is the feeling like? Is that what spurred you on to say, I want to get bigger and bigger?
Yeah, and some people are saying you've got the potential to compete at national events. You can do it. Then for sure, I saw it coming.
But more gym mune pressure. And a lot of times you will find people will even partake of steroids because you want to look as good as the next guy. You don't want to be that guy in the gym. Pamino lifter, the deadlift. That lift you do, and then pamwe yo amwaru usumudza ma 50 yori Yvonne zvakoda usumudza ka 20.
Okay. Now I am a professional coach. So yes, that pressure can come at an early stage. But if you're given proper guidance, we do periodization. You start at a lower space, growing gradually till you reach there. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you might have pressure, but Rome was not built in a day. So slowly, if you rush, like what you're saying, steroids, at times we call them SPEDs, sports performance enhancing drugs.
Yes.
They've got their side effects. So in sports, we don't want to use that. Do your thing, training, progressing well, which is good for you and safe.
And for you, let's talk about your interaction with bodybuilding. Like, how did your journey start?
My journey started last year with this guy when I joined the gym, and he was my personal trainer. Well, is my personal trainer. And he got me roped up into bodybuilding, and I get to learn more about it. I meet athletes and see the guys lifting the weights, and it's been fun.
So are you also hoping, or are you currently also lifting weights?
I lift weights, but not for stage, for fun.
Oh, you're in the fun stage, but
I'm in the
eventually
fun
no, but
stage.
I think eventually you will get into the competing stage. Why I say that is because there's a lady who used to train me, right? And I saw the journey when she started. Like, there was a gym at Highglen, like a women's only gym, and she was just gym instructor there. They started competing. Now I see her like winning at the national level, and I'm like, Lynette, you started when we could just see, and it was so. I'm thinking maybe we could be talking a different story in a couple of years.
I don't think so. I don't think I have the mental fortitude for that. It's a lot of work mentally, not just physically, mentally.
So then how easy then is it to interact with these people in your role as Secretary General for Harare Classic when you are not partaking of what others are partaking? Do they appreciate that, to say, okay, fine, she's helping us in this capacity, doesn't necessarily mean she has to also be lifting those weights?
I wouldn't say that I don't partake in what they're partaking. Yes, I'm not competing. I'm definitely not doing the hard work that they're doing. But in the work that I do, I appreciate the efforts. I appreciate their hard work. I appreciate their discipline. And I understand what they need.
But it's a lot.
It is.
Like, the thing with bodybuilding is there's a lot of dietary needs, especially leading up to an event. How do you sustain yourself, especially you said you compete, right?
Yes.
Like the dietary needs. Take us through, because for a person Asidu Guziwa, we are also wanting to use this platform to also educate those people that just don't really know too much about the sport. Let's say, for example, you're competing. The week leading up to the event, what is your diet looking like?
Okay, I'll go back a little bit. To just start it a week leading to it will be unfair to those who are starting.
Okay.
First and foremost, when we talk about the food that we eat, it is categorized into 3 components. Namely,
What your carbs? Your
carbs,
stars
yes, carbohydrates, fats,
and start.
protein.
Protein. Okay.
That's it. Those are the 3. Carbohydrates, energy giving foods for fueling up. Fats, again, it's energy, secondary source of energy, and for insulation, things like that. Then protein, that's the main food. It's for bodybuilding, muscle repair. So as a bodybuilder, you need to load up more protein for the muscles to grow.
Oh.
Yes. So that's where we say, because when you are lifting weights, when you are doing workout, there is muscle tear. So it needs muscle repairing. You need protein. In muscle growth, you also need protein. So that's where you have to concentrate on.
So if you are, this is like your ordinary day, like
Yes.
throughout. Obviously, I won't go meet out to compete. Now I'm doing things right.
That's why I said you have to start from there, then building it up. An ordinary person can say you need about 80 grams of protein. But as a bodybuilder, you say 2.1 grams per body weight in kgs of protein.
That's very technical. But like I don't know, like until there's extra work you do leading up to the competition for I don't know what you call that definition for
Cutting.
whatever to really pop, right?
Yes. Then you'll be eliminating carbohydrates as you progress towards the show. Because there is some scientific part of it. Carbohydrates, there is water retention. So you're now reducing the carbohydrates as opposed to what you have been doing before the show.
But give an example, like so imimi mukuda kukompita mukudya mazai mangani mukudya fish or chicken yakaita sei tinakuzwisisa. Well, let's say for breakfast, what are you having for breakfast in the week leading to an event?
Yeah, then I'll say bodybuilding in an expensive sport. Because you might need 12 eggs
For breakfast.
minus egg yolk. So you're just taking egg white.
I need to live with a bodybuilder. I love egg yolk. I'll just be sitting there like
And eat all the yolk.
isa yolk. Imagine me having 12 yolks at the same time and it's only breakfast.
So again, we've got plant protein and animal protein. So you have to combine.
So I'm sort of mazai.
Yes.
Tichada futi, what is it? Is it chicken? Is it fish? What is it?
Chicken, fish. On chicken, chicken breast is just pure protein without.
It's such a nutritious. Because I mean, if you're gonna get in the shop and you're looking for just chicken breast, yo.
Yes.
But you put so much. Is it passion? Because I'm trying to figure out, knowing Zimbabwean sport as it is, when you then win, do you really recoup what you've put in, or it's more of passion?
I like that. It's more of passion. That's number one. Passion and the discipline. Then winning becomes a bonus. Just like what you're saying, when you start lifting weights, you see the bicep popping up. You said, I've done this.
And
So
you're
if-
walking and people are seeing the muscles and you're like, the lady's like, ooh, six pack.
yeah.
And for you, like you do this, like you said, you partake, but it's not like serious stuff. When you're watching from the sidelines, especially early days, what is your impression of people that partake in bodybuilding? Because we're gonna talk about Mamit's air bodybuilding.
I was like, wow, okay. Someone can look like that. This is nice.
And then you look at your one pack.
And I'm like, okay, fair and fine, I'm small. And you think, I'm skinny. I don't have anything.
But is there being around bodybuilders, there's a perception of them having an ego and thinking, a lot of people might even think they
You
think
know
they can
what?
fight everybody, because
Some-
obviously a lot of bodybuilders also get into the industry, a bouncer in clubs and all that stuff.
So I'll be very honest. Some do. You'll meet guys who walk around like they own the world because they have all this muscle. But I don't think it's about muscle. I think it's about attitude, because I have met bodybuilders who are humble and who are down to earth and who really don't care how big their muscles are and are not going out there looking for fights. If I was a bodybuilder, I'd probably be the one who goes around looking for fights. I lift 10 kgs and I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to take
I'll be
on
the one.
world.
I'll be the one in the vest, my guy.
You
I would have
know.
no t-shirt in my wardrobe. It'll be vest.
I always tell him, if you make sure I have a six-pack, I swear the crop top will be tired of me.
But that's what I also said. Like I look at my body, I'm like, God knew if I get a six pack, then my tummy will be out all the time.
and I think that's the other thing, that we look at the bodybuilders and think they're show-offs, but the moment you get something, whether it's a bicep, six-pack or whatever, you've worked so hard to get to that point, and it's like, yay. And if I'm going to show my six-pack, if I'm going to wear my crop top just to say yay for me, then yes, please.
Yeah, it's the same. I feel like what you're saying is the same with people that go and say, I want to have a summer body.
Yeah.
Because I want to go to the beach. I want to be able to be comfortable
exactly
to wear
what I
this. And then, but then if you then see somebody walking with you're like, they're showing off. No.
Yeah.
But
You've worked hard to be there, so.
And work hard. And for you, for example, for you on an individual level, how many hours a day do you train? How many times a week do you train?
You have mixed the two. I am a fitness and conditioning coach.
Yes, I'm saying you're a fitness and conditioning coach.
Yes.
But at the same time, what I do know is, despite the fact that you are teaching and training people,
Yes.
you also need to look the way that you look. And there's effort that is put into looking the way that you look.
Thank you. Normally, my training is 1 hour, 1 hour, 15 minutes. I'm done.
Okay.
Yes.
You've done all the work. Now it's just maintaining.
Yes. But when you are training, we'll start. What's your goal?
Okay.
That's number one. Is it healthy driven, which is healthy belief model? Is it weight loss? Are you trying to go and climb Mount Kilimanjaro at 40?
Hint, hint. I'm turning 40 soon. He's hinting at that.
Or you are a footballer. Then your coach is saying you're dribbling agility.
Yes.
You have to work on your agility.
Yes.
So you're working towards that. Your cardiovascular fitness is lagging behind. If you are under pressure, you are failing.
Oh.
You are failing to cope up with the pace. So you have to work on your cardiovascular.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a broad term. So you work towards different goals that one would want to achieve.
But then when you, as a trainer as well, do you find people like me who come in the gym and expect miracles, think, I'm going to get there. I look at you and I'm like, I want to have that. But I don't have that drive, that passion. How do you navigate situations like that where somebody thinks it's a quick fix?
Okay, it's hard to convince someone, but we take it back. Okay, fair and fine. Your goal is to do this. We break it down into smaller, achievable, manageable, attainable goals. So use SMART. Be specific. It must be measurable. It must be attainable. It must be realistic within a short period of time. You cannot tell me that you want to lose 50 kgs within 3 months. No, we break it down to smaller. At least if you lose 1 kg per month, thumbs up. Then
I need to lose 20 kgs before 9 November.
Then if you fail, you will say this does not work because it's a 3-point approach. Your
Yes.
training, your food intake. You see, so we have to balance that.
And going into, we're going back to bodybuilding. What are some of the myths that you hear about that you might want people to know they're not true? We were talking about nyai arrogance, nyai kuda get into fights, nyai kuti, usually the assumption is mnane body yakadai so the bouncer or ndichi. And you have a different career. You're a trainer, right? But you encounter these myths, and what's your take on that?
That's a myth. Because in my personal capacity, I'm not in there. And in her personal capacity, she has her own profession that she is doing. She is a human resources manager. And we've got a lot of people who are accountants, doctors, to mention but a few, who are into bodybuilding.
But I think that's the beauty of the sport, isn't it? Because of how it's structured and how you can put it into your daily schedule. You know, there are people that know I wake up every day in the morning. Because they wake up in the morning, they go to the gym, that's where they bath and they go straight to work. I think that's the beauty of the sport. You could be doing other things and still be able to do that. So now let's get to the Harare Classic. Firstly, let's go into the history. When it started, why it started, how far along are we, and when is the next edition?
Okay. Harare Classic started in 2020. It was unfortunate. COVID has just struck the world. But we managed to host that show. So it was taxing to the athletes because gyms were closed. They have just been opened. So no one was training. They were just training at home. And the stakeholders to mobilize the resources to host such a show, it was very difficult. Difficult on the part of the organizers and also difficult on the part of the athletes because it was locked down. But they were training, were sending messages, come on, the show is on, come on, the show is on. And we managed to host the 2020 edition of Harare Classic.
It must have been hard because when you're stuck home, you're eating. Because remember the lockdown it was also taxing mentally because you're just locked up in spaces. And some you're even locked up in spaces that are toxic to you and you have nothing. I say kudos for you guys to actually be able to have the event in 2020.
2020, Harare Classic is the only show that was hosted in bodybuilding family. So to us, that was a thumbs up. Then 2021, it was getting bigger than before. More athletes were attracted to Harare Classic. The prizes, they were going up. 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, and now we are focusing on 2025. And the funny part of it, a new champion is born. Next year, another champion. New records are set, old records are broken. So that's how it is. And we are glad we've got other stakeholders who are coming in to support Harare Classic.
And what are the dates?
The 25th of October.
And for you, from an administrative point of view, how easy has it been to get sponsorship for the Harare Classic?
It's not easy. I think one of the reasons is that bodybuilding is not very popular in this country. It's one of those things that are like an afterthought. So getting a buy-in from sponsors is hard because you'll get some who'll tell you, bodybuilding, you know what, this is not our thing. Anything girl, child, anything this, yeah, we'll do that. Bodybuilding, no. So yeah, it's a bit difficult, but it's doable.
It's doable. So the details, where is it happening? Because obviously people would want to come and see.
Yes, please do come. Remember, it's the 25th of October, 7 Arts. Show starts at 5:30.
So what is the expectation? If I come to a show like yours, how long does it take? And is it only like all these categories, people coming and showing their muscles and showing off that they've worked hard? Are there other events that happen around that? Just give a picture of what like Harare Classic Day is like.
Okay. So besides the muscular men and women, we have entertainment as well. We've got information. In the light of information, we're going to have a cancer awareness. It's a Pink October, by the way. We also have presentations from other people like martial arts and stuff. So it's not just from one category to the next and it's just bodybuilding. There's going to be breaks of entertainment.
Okay.
On martial arts, he just said martial arts. There is the talk of the town. the Zim Ninja Academy.
Wow.
Zim Ninja is going to be there.
I think it's exciting. Like for me, I'm one of those people that are very adventurous, and I'll be very honest that it's not. I've never attended a bodybuilding event. That's the truth. So I don't have an idea. Like all I do is I see on TV and I see people just flexing and flexing. So my thought was like, oh, we just get there and they flex. Then they decide, and then another group comes and they flex, and they decide, and then another group comes and they flex.
It's not flexing, by the way. It's not just
No, but
flexing.
from maybe the term is wrong from our side. It's
just flexing.
What's
But there's a lot there.
what's the technical word for whatever it is
They're
that you'll be
posing.
doing? Oh, the posing.
Okay.
And there's specific ways to pose. And it's a lot of pressure on that stage. Wrong pose and you expose the wrong muscle and you lose marks.
Okay, on that one,
Wow.
they are
I'm learning.
They are
I hope you're learning.
There are judges who are judging the athletes on stage. So they'll give you compulsory poses like front double bicep. So you are showing your front double bicep, showing your chest, your abdominal muscles, your quads from the front. Then these are compulsory poses. Side chest, you turn around quarter turn, you are saying your side chest, then again, show your tricep, then back double bicep, exposing your lats. So these are compulsory poses of which each and every athlete should partake. Then from there, they will be looking at definition, muscle maturity. How are the muscles? Muscle fullness, thickness, and body symmetry from top to bottom. Like what you normally say.
There's such art to it.
Carrot body.
Yes. Carrot body is the one where they skip leg J and they just focus on the top. So they are top heavy and then
Very good. So you must be big top there, but down there.
it's got a carrot body. I learned something. Now I'm in the street looking and thinking in my head I'll be like, carrot body.
So after that, the compulsory poses, how an individual demonstrates or showcase in his individual poses. The smooth flow, the displaying of the muscles, following his own music of his choice. So there is a rehearsal to that choreography before the actual show. So there's a lot of practice before the actual date.
But I can say it's a sport that is very arty.
It is.
Yes.
Because there's a rhythm, there's a flow, there's an art to everything. And for us that don't know those things, we just think, I don't go, that's all. Like you're saying now, you then learn, there are all these different, she spoke about even how you can even expose what you don't want to be exposed.
Yes. So if you are now, your coach has been telling you, no, you've got a weaker body, expose your best muscles and hide your weakness.
Your carrots.
Yes. Our carrots is
You can't hide carrots.
you see. So we've got bodybuilding, men physique, women, we've got wellness and the bikini. So
That's what I wanted to ask. Like, for example, for the bikini category, is it about, because sometimes you will see there are categories where you sort of feel like very, I don't know how to say it without sounding offensive. I
Exposed.
hope you don't, like very, very muscular, like,
Yes.
especially for women, very muscular, very defined, very, and then sometimes there's a category where they're very toned, but they're not exactly the biggest.
That's your bikini. Toned.
Okay.
You're looking at your body that's toned. And then wellness, we're now looking at your muscles. So if you're the muscular girl, you're going for wellness. And if we're just looking at your toned body, then you are in the bikini.
So that makes it like this is the easier category to get in if you're just like this, lady who just loves to train and your body's really nicely toned and you've put in a lot of work with these guys.
My experience with this sport is nothing is easy. You know, I mean, you may think, okay, well, we're not doing muscular, it's just a well-toned body, but the work to get that well-toned
Yes.
body, that's not easy.
Yes, it's very true. There's some of us are failing to achieve that. So, but so is there like in bodybuilding, is there a weight restriction, or you can all be in the same category depending on what you want to? For example, let's say I'm a woman, I'm competing in the muscular. You said the category is called what? Wellness. So from any adult age, you can all compete in that category. Or are they, like, you know how in boxing they have, you're different, your welterweight, your what heavyweight?
Yeah, we've got divisions. We've got the juniors, under 21. They fall under their own category. And we've got under 60, which is the lightweight, middleweight, and the heavyweight. So they are grouped into different groups. But for Harare Classics, due to limited resources, financial resources, we've just switched it to two categories, which is junior men bodybuilding and senior men bodybuildings. And we also have men physique and men's fitness. These are different categories.
And for you, as being somebody on the admin side, what would you want people to know, or if you have any plea of some sort concerning the Harare Classic?
Come and have fun. Come and support, and let's make bodybuilding what it really is. A great sport. That's what it is. I know it's not soccer, there's no one chasing a ball, that thrill isn't there. It's not cricket, there's no ball that's flying over somewhere. But it is fun and it is worth supporting. And our aim as Harare Classic is to have athletes that will compete at international level. We want our athletes to be out there. Wouldn't it be nice to have our name somewhere? A Zimbabwean name somewhere out there. Imagine Mr. Olympia being one of ours.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that great? That would be great. And that's what we're trying to achieve, just to build a platform where our athletes can be recognized internationally.
And let's talk about figures. Like in the let's say for example last year, or in the last years, the growth. What sort of athletes numbers are you expecting for this event compared to the years before?
Like I said, it's getting bigger and better than before. So we are eyeing about or over 100 athletes to attend to this, because Harare Classic, that's the place to be. If you talk of bodybuilding, talk of Harare Classic. They are rivals. They fight on stage, and after that, you shake hands.
Yeah, fine.
So that's it.
And what does it take for one to compete in the Harare Classic? Can I just randomly come from my gym and say, I want to compete in your event? Is there a lead up to it, or anyone can just sign up if they think they're right?
Yeah, if they think they are all right, they can sign up for Harare Classic. It's open, Harare Classic open.
But manje hamuna kana pre-screening or anything you do?
Pre-screening, it is done. Pre-judging, then we select the top 15 to progress.
Yvonne is flexing. You're thinking, how did she even get there?
But now that's where your coach comes in to say you fit into this category. And again, it's for fun. It's a learning stage. Next time you come better prepared for the next edition.
I can't wait. I really would want to experience it. I think it'll be nice to experience this and just see what's happening, and then demystify all the myths that I had. Because obviously most people at some point have encountered this sport even without partaking. It could be those guys in the gym you're watching training. It could be the guys in the street that you see looking all bulked up. It could be that bouncer at the club as you're going to have fun. At some point, we do encounter people that are partaking in the sport. So is the sport growing? As a sport, bodybuilding, is it growing?
Yeah, it is growing, but there is room for improvement, because we want it to grow from grassroots level. We encourage it would start from district level, provincial level, then they feed into the national competitions.
So this is me from a very layman's point of view. Like, how do you guys, can you guys tell? Can judges be able to tell if somebody is using performance enhancing? Like, I mean, on face value without testing. Because there's been people that said, hey, munano chanza steroids anengaine, tsinga dzakaita sei, where, hey, their veins are popping, their veins are what? I've heard stories like that in the gym.
No. If you work hard, your veins will pop up.
That's true.
But if they overpop, we then start saying...
No.
At what point do you say this one is overpopping?
Yes.
No, because I'm saying that because I've heard people in the gym talking about like somebody saying to someone like,
Those are myths.
Oh, they're myths.
Yes.
But have we had cases, have we had situations in the editions you've had, have you had situations and cases of use of performance enhancing drugs? Do you have actually, how do you safeguard that? Are there things in place? Like, for example, in other sports, there are doping tests and all that. Do you have that in Harare Classic?
Yeah, we have got some random, because some people can bypass. So there are randomized tests that are done than to wait for the day of the competition. But on another hand, some people can bypass some of those things. But we don't encourage that.
Okay. Okay, I can't wait. I can't wait to see. I would love to experience it. And thank you very much for coming on the show and talking about your journeys. I heard a little glimpse of your journeys. I know she's going to be partaking in the events. I'm prophesying. I'm not a prophet. I'm prophesying.
No.
I see you on a stage.
I do not receive.
3 years from now, I see you starting in the bikini in the bikini category, but you're gonna want more. In 5 years, you'll be doing wellness.
Okay, to your viewers, to be on stage or not to be. Come and find out on the 21st, yeah?
Make sure that, on the 25th you come, and I think it's also about supporting sport. A lot of times we are so, growing up, there's certain sports that obviously you'll find in schools, and we are very aligned to those schools, sports, especially Anuanika, whether it's a private school, a government school, or, a school deep in the rural area. And sometimes we're not very willing to partake of sports that, atsna ujaira. So hopefully people will be able to come and watch and experience and see. I will definitely be there. I want to watch. I want to see. I want to experience for myself, so that the next time you guys come,
you'll have fun.
The next time you guys come, I'll be speaking from a very informed position. Guys, I saw them flexing, and then after front out, and then what's angle, and then and then this one was popping. I don't know, all those type of. It would be nice. So hopefully you hold a very successful Harare Classic. All the best in the preparations, and all the best in everything you're doing. Thank you for coming on the show, and thank you for giving us a very refreshing take on the show, because tanga tango ti bora. So it's nice to also be able to have you on the show. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
I'm hoping that you learned a lot about the sport. I'm hoping that you got an insight. And I hope that your curiosity as well will ensure that you go and watch the Harare Classic. You said on the 25th of October at 7 Arts. And make sure that you go there, you see, you experience new things. It's always nice to discover new things. Until the next time we bring another big sporting personality, goodbye.